And so the interesting thing is AI has been around since the 60s. And I think that history, that context is really important to actually understand that this has been a cumulative effect, not simply a, hey, we did generative AI and it came out of nowhere.
Think of it as like 5 R&D AI labs which kind of grew in parallel over the last half of the century, and they had different assumptions based on which they wanted to solve this AI problem on how machines can think. Symbolists treat learning like finding rules, discover crisp if then else statements to explain the data. So Bayesians were about learning everything with probability lens. And then there were the analogizers. Their worldview was that learning is like by analogy. So if you identify anything that resembles the other, then you can predict the thing that you're wanting to predict. The fourth is the evolutionaries. So they said, all our intelligence came based on evolution, right? So borrow something from Darwin, generate a lot of candidate programs, a lot of candidate hypotheses, and then crossbreed and mutate. And then the fifth were the connectionists. The current state of AI and the things that are very popular come from this approach. So the connectionists imitate the brain. What they said is, well, we know something that is intelligent, something that does intelligence, so let's try to copy it.
Add to that, there are specific use cases that are good for all of these, right? You don't need to have full service AI for every single use case. Right now, to everybody, AI looks like a hammer and everything is a nail. And we need to be a lot more discerning about where we apply AI right now. And this is the interesting thing is there are different types of AI. Depending on your use case, you could be using one or the other, or you could use a completely different automation mechanism. And it's basically doing the fit for purpose work that I think a lot of people forget about because they just want to do the coolest, latest thing.
AlphaGo's 37th move of game 2, it put the stone in a spot that no top player would ever even think of. The commentators thought it was like a blunder until the board slowly swung in AlphaGo's favor, and even the champion Lee Sedol was like, what just happened here? If it was trained only on human games by quote-unquote supervised learning, would have never found this line of play. Endlessly played in a reinforcement learning pattern with itself, and then it found this brilliant idea. And he wrote the books of the chess and Go strategy based on what computers have found. So this move 37 became like a shorthand for AI discovering tactics which go beyond human imagination. So this is the power of reinforcement learning. It may be messy and resource hungry, but as this move 37 metaphor shows us, it's precisely that wide open exploration that lets AI leap beyond the incremental progress into something truly breakthrough.